Hi everyone, and welcome to the Pisces Weekly Tarot Bite reading for the week of June 26th through July 2nd. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot reading for soul illumination. My name is Lauren, so hi and welcome to your weekly reading. Now we are looking at the themes that came up in the collective reading, and we are going to expand on them for your sign, Pisces. Now those two themes came up were deep knowing and the Two of Cups. And the deep knowing to me on an intuitive level in the collective really focused on that deep knowing of something within ourselves that's being highlighted this week that was really out of balance on kind of a emotional and spiritual perspective. That we are looking at how perhaps with the masculine and feminine energies within us, how maybe we have repressed one of those two energies, where maybe there's something out of balance with how we initiate versus how we receive, and really being able through deep knowing of our own kind of spiritual growth experience, realizing now what needs to be brought into balance and how can we then shift how we connect with others based off of this newfound internal awareness. Now, for you, Pisces, we're going to see here, I'm going to pull some clarifiers. So we're going to see what deep knowing and the Two of Cups mean specifically for you. So let's see what Pisces needs to know about this deep knowing. What does Pisces need to know about deep knowing? Okay, so we have the King of Swords and the Three of Swords. The deep knowing, I think, for many of you Pisces is coming from an awareness, kind of a blunt truth. The King of Swords is someone who's going to come and they're going to say it like it is. This is that sense of when you know, you know. Three of Swords is the wounds of the past. These are things where, this is a bad relationship in love. This is when we were fired from work. This is when our parents told us we weren't good enough. And they plague us in the mental space, but it shows how our thoughts can then trickle down and pierce us in the emotional plane. And so there's a truth here. It's almost like you're getting very kind of cold and calculated and blunt with yourself internally, Pisces, which is unusual because you tend to be a sign that is so watery, but also there's this feeling of kind of being up and down and being part of everything. And I feel like you're really capitalizing on your connection to the air energy in your mental space and just really kind of cutting through everything and just saying, look, I see the wounds of the past. I see the Three of Swords. I see where maybe there's a part of yourself that's imbalanced because of you chose to protect a certain part of yourself, or these wounds that were continually kind of piercing in your heart space maybe prevented you from being able to receive or initiate in a healthy way. And so now you're realizing how some aspect of your internal self was continually being affected by whatever these Three of Swords represent for you. And you're kind of getting to that place of like, okay, I see it for what it is. I'm going to give myself the hard, cold truth. And now let's see how that's going to be affecting your connections here. The Two of Cups, which is how we connect authentically, vulnerably, and with others, and how we can bring in and build equal partnerships as well. So let's go ahead here and see, what does Pisces need to know about the Two of Cups? Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, more swords. Like, this is just all truth, clarity, awareness in the mental plane. So yeah, there's a truth that is being, I think, a new truth being brought into how you connect with others. And I think that new truth is the clarity of what needs to be left behind. About maybe this could even be how you in the past were communicating from a wounded place, and now you get to connect without that wounding. Let's see if there's anything else. That was too many cards. Let's see if we can get okay. And then we have the Empress. I love that. Creativity, what you want to give birth to, what you want to hold space for. And then we have Justice. I love that. Justice is divine balance. It's also can represent contracts. So for some of you, this might be where you realize that with the Ace of Swords and the Empress coming in your kind of connection partnership zone, this might be where there's a new truth around your own creative ability, and maybe where you've stifled that in the past based off of the wounds of the past. And maybe now you are bringing that into balance in your life. You're realizing, I need to bring my ability to create, I need to hold space for that, and I need to communicate and connect from that place with others. There also might be a clarity around, for those of you who want to become a mother, the Empress energy can represent that as well. And so there might be the energy around wanting to become a parent and expressing from that place, and that could be the divine balance coming in here, a commitment to that for yourself. But I do feel that this is just a week of clarity for yourself, a week of clarity as to what you want to hold space for, what you want to give birth to. This can be what you want to create in partnerships. So let's say if you're in a partnership now, this would be saying like, hey, I really want to hold space for this, or I really want to bring more creativity into my experience, and this is what it's going to look like. This is how it's going to balance myself out. This is how it's going to balance even in my external environment, how that's going to be. But there is something here around, for some of you, could be based around maybe holding yourself back from creativity, because maybe, this can be where somebody's an artist and you realize, wow, I told myself I could never be an artist because my parents told me that artists never make money. And so I need to be blunt with myself and say, I need to bring that into my life, because at this point I see now where by not including that into my life has become so imbalanced. And the truth is, I now need to connect with that with others. I need to share that I'm an artist. I need to share what I love to do. And I can't hide that truth from myself anymore. Okay. This can also just be, again, that you realize, maybe for some of you, this could even be where you realize you didn't want to become a parent because you realize that growing up in a home that maybe your parents fought all the time, or you didn't have good parental role models or something like that, where you realize, yeah, that's why I kind of shied away from not wanting to be a parent or have kids. And now I'm realizing that part of myself now needs to be expressed, and I need to commit to that. There could be a contract for some of you, which is why maybe you're getting so blunt here with yourself. This could be like you're facing getting married. This could be like you're facing signing on for a new job or starting a new creative project. And maybe you have a business partner who's like, are you going to sign on the dotted line? Do you want to get into a contract with me? And you're like, man, I got to really face my fears and look at, like, is this a good idea for me or not? And what's the truth around a creative part of myself that needs to be released or needs to be brought into balance with the signing of this contract? Okay, so let's go ahead here and see what you need to know. Now I'm pulling a relationship card, because relationships and love the themes are so strong in the collective. So, I love it. It says, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Great concept to bring in here. And maybe this could be, for some of you, the realization of the wounding of the past, is that maybe the relationships that didn't work out, even in work relationships that didn't work out, it's because maybe you didn't love yourself. It was not because you weren't lovable from someone else. It's because you didn't love yourself, and maybe you were actually pushing people away and didn't realize it. Sometimes that can be a very hard thing for us to be able to see or admit to ourselves, that we sabotage the possibility for relationships or for intimate connection with others, because we don't believe in ourselves. We don't love ourselves enough to say, I'm worth it. Like, I'm amazing. Who wouldn't love me, or who wouldn't want me to be, their business partner, or who wouldn't want me to be their sister or brother? There's something along those lines. And I think that that's the realization of, oh my gosh, that's how I create healthy dynamics. Like, that's, if I want to hold space for healthy connection, it's got to start with my connection to myself first, making that commitment to myself, and then I get to bring that into every relationship. When you love yourself, then you know how to love another. Very positive message here, Pisces. Maybe not one that's going to be easy to get to, because you have to face those Three of Swords first. You have to face how much maybe others wounded you to the point where you didn't love yourself, you didn't see yourself as worthy. And then maybe you also have to face then the further wounding of seeing how you, because you didn't love yourself, you actually pushed others away who wanted to love you or wanted to support you. And that's the truth. And now you get a chance to kind of maybe ease into recommitting to the self, or balancing your love within your life for yourself, so that you can now bring in what you want to create, what you're holding space for, be that a new relationship, be that the perfect creative business, something along those lines. But it's first about loving yourself and believing in yourself. All right, I will leave it there, Pisces. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website. Otherwise, I will be releasing July's full tarot scope readings for each sign starting at the end of this week, if you'd like to check those out. All right, I will say goodbye. Have a wonderful week ahead. Bye, Pisces.